the child support takes into account the multifamily income, but that child will be covered solely by her spouse. She's not responsible for the medical for that child.
Does the state have an oral amendment that it wishes to present?
Yes, Your Honor. The state pled for a suit for modification and confirmation of arrears. The parties are in agreement, and we'd ask the court to approve an oral trial amendment that also modifies conservatorship and visitation, and then we would modify for the mother, Your Honor, to pay child support to the dad based on minimum wage presumption.
All right, Mr. Krause, do you agree to that change in the pleading?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Allen, do you agree to that change in the pleading?
Yes, sir.
All right, that amendment is accepted and approved.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I offer into evidence as State's Exhibit a copy of the pay record in this case where Mr. Krause was ordered to pay child support for the children.
Ms. Allen, I just placed on the screen a copy of the pay record between you and Mr. Krause. Is it okay if I look at this pay record?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Krause, the same question. May I look at the pay record?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit A is admitted into evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. If I may call as my first, Ms. Rachel Allen.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Ms. Allen, you were the obligee. You received child support in the prior order from 2020. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And we're here today modifying that order. It included 2 children before the court at the time, but your oldest son is now emancipated or 18 and graduated high school.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's just your youngest son. Is it Jacob?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Krause. How long has Jacob resided with Mr. Krause?
I believe since it was March of last year. I know it was spring break of last year.
Okay. And his child support obligation continued, and you're in agreement for the court basically to confirm whatever arrears, but then order a zero judgment so he doesn't owe you any money.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
As well, you both agreed that you all will continue to be joint managing conservators and you'll have standard possession with Jacob.
Yes, ma'am.
And with regards to you paying Mr. Krause child support, are you working, ma'am?
I am a realtor at the moment. Yes, ma'am.
How long have you had your real estate license?
I got it in December of 21.
Okay. And who do you work for now?
Right now I work for Summers Cook and Company in Longview, Texas.
Okay. Did you file taxes in 2023 or 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was your gross earnings at that time?
I believe it was around 35,000.
Okay. And did that include the real estate income?
No, ma'am, because I had just started. I was probably about a month into it.
Okay. What income did that include?
It included, I did have a job at the time from January of that year till September when I got laid off, but I was receiving unemployment.
Okay. So after you were laid off, you went to real estate school. That's 2023's income.
2023's income was, I had one closing and then I think about a month of unemployment.
Okay. So you actually made less than minimum wage all of last year. Because what we're looking
Yes,
at now
ma'am.
then is last year.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's your reason, or you think it's in the best interest for support to be ordered using that minimum wage presumption?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have health insurance available, ma'am, through your employer?
Not right now.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor. Well, do you have any other children?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
How many other children do you have?
One child.
And how's that child covered by health insurance?
My husband just recently switched jobs and we are looking into private insurance at the moment.
And he'll cover that child?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Do you have an agreement in regards to how much the child support is going to be, Ms. Pinister?
I do, Your Honor, $192 for child support and $113 for medical.
Doesn't
If
Miss
I may-
Doesn't Miss Allen have another dependent?
She does, Your Honor, and that takes into account the child support takes into account the multifamily income, but that child will be covered solely by her spouse. She's not responsible for the medical for that, or it will not be responsible for the medical for that child.
What is the payment start date for this?
May 1st, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. You can proceed.
Okay. If I may call Mr. Kraus.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Kraus, according to the pay record, as of March 31st, 2024, your arrears are $11,662.94.
Yes, ma'am.
You agree that the child Jacob has been with you though since about March of 2023,
Yes, ma'am.
and you're asking the court to grant you possession credit for that amount, and basically find that you have 0 arrears as of that date.
Yes, ma'am.
As well, your support obligation be modified to 0, and it will be if based on the trial amendment for Miss Allen to pay you.
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that we're basing her child support obligation off of minimum wage, the minimum wage presumption.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're asking the court to approve this order because well, let me ask you this. Do you have medical and dental insurance for Jacob?
I will in 60 days.
Okay. And you're going to be able to get it through your employer.
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand the maximum cash medical reimbursement is the $113 based on minimum wage presumption.
Yes, ma'am.
You're asking the court to basically, or you'd be ordered to carry health insurance and then Miss Allen reimburse you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
What's the agreement as to the judgments, Ms. Penister?
Your Honor, I'd ask the court to actually find that the arrears as of today's date or through April 1st is $12,712.40. Grant a possession credit in that amount and a final judgment of 0.
Okay, so you just want a 0 judgment as of what date?
As of today's date, Your Honor.
So you're changing conservatorship to the father's primary, mother's being granted standard possession. The father is going to carry the health insurance. Child support and dental support is going to be, or child support, medical support is going to be $192 plus $113 beginning May 1st, 2024, and a 0 judgment as of April the 16th of 2024.
Yes, sir.
Miss Allen, did you hear and understand the agreement that was just placed on the record of my court?
Yes, sir.
Is that your agreement?
Yes, sir.
You're asking me to approve that agreement?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Kraus, same question. Did you hear the agreement that was placed on the record?
Yes, sir.
Is that your agreement as well?
Yes, sir.
You're asking me to approve that agreement?
Yes, sir.
All right. The court's going to find that it approves the agreement that was placed on the record of the court today. Mr. Kraus, Miss Allen, what's going to happen is Miss Penister's office is going to send me that agreement that y'all just did on the record. If it matches what y'all agreed to, I'm going to sign it and get it back to them. Then they're going to make a copy of it and send it to each of you, okay?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right.